My topic is the youth using social media. So can I have everyone pull out and raise their electronics, please? Nice. Okay. And now raise your hand if a child has asked you to use what you have in your hand. Yes. Okay. Now, have we actually taken into consideration that the questions we answered to just now may actually correlate with one another? So most people would not think twice when they tell a child no when it comes to using any form of social media. So let's take a closer look to why social media can be beneficial to our children. Social media can in fact play an important role in our youth's lives. Our main focus is to see that when it comes to children using a form of social media, they're able to connect with their own world, teaching them to do different tasks and building on their communication skills. So, social media helps the youth connect with the world. First off, they can search up things more quickly and using social media to educate themselves. For example, a child can use the internet for references and resources. According to JW of the UN Chronicles 2018, our young generation is not only the largest, but also the most connected with history. Worldwide, youth are nearly twice as networked online as the greater population, from paragraph 4, which means the children of today are tomorrow's future. They should be able to take advantage of connecting with the world and connecting the world for things to come in the future. Children are also able to find more relatable topics, such as from TV programs, movies, apps, and gamings are all forms of social media, which a child can use in a relatable conversation. For example, having a face-to-face conversation with someone, you're able to use whatever you've learned from social media and apply it to your daily conversations. They're able to also stay up with the new trends and connecting with family and friends that are long distant. According to Brad Howell of the Fuller Youth Institute 2013, beyond texting, using the internet to communicate or play online games with family and friends increase social capital among users, paragraph 9, which means that children are able to keep track of what friends and family are up to and can also strengthen a family relationship by using social media as a form of communication. For example, children can use FaceTime and Snapchat and Instagram, and that's what they see as a form of communication. Now that we have seen one way the youth can use social media, let's take another look on how children apply social media to learning and performing different tasks. So social media helps children to learn to do different tasks. By accessing or having the access to a variety of social media apps, they gain experience because they're able to soak in more information because of the concrete operational stage of development, which is basically children from ages 7 to 11. Development is more organized and they're able to think more rational. This is the period when all their critical thinking starts to merge and they start developing more. According to Ingrid Richardson of the Raising Children Net of 2018, they use social media to have and make and maintain friendships, share interests, explore identities, and develop relationships with family, paragraph 3. Children should take advantage of all forms of social media as long as it's used in a positive way. They can also get examples on how to do something. So if a youth comes up to us, they can always refer back to social media. A form of social media can also be used to influence or inspire. Most of the youth gets inspired from social media, and they are able to expand on new and current ideas. According to Kelly Austin of the Teen Show 2016, the people who are the forefront of molding the future of social networking sites are teens and children, paragraph 1. What this is basically saying is that children are able to build on current and new ideas using social media to branch out more, because as the time goes on, more and more teens and children will be working with social networking. So now that we have talked more in depth about social media helping the youth with different tasks, let's move on to how it can help them build on their communication skills. So it can help change and improve their social interactions with other people. According to Victor C. Strasberg and Marjorie Hogan of the AAP News and Journal Gateway 2013, in addition to time spent with media, what has changed dramatically is media landscape. TV remains the predominant medium from paragraph 2. This is basically saying that TV is a part of most young people's lives nowadays, and so influencing them with what they're viewing can help them repeat good actions. This can help them develop their values by observing role models in the media. So a role model to a child is very important because surrounding a child with their positive role models they admire can be influential in the long run. So developmental skills are also positively affected. According to Marie Mears and Emery Woodward of the Taylor and France Online 2005, across dependent measure, there were consistent moderate positive effects for those who watched pro-social content in experimental settings compared to control groups who watched anti-social content, which is basically saying they got better numbers from the group that watched social interaction content versus the anti and negative content that the control group was watching. Based off of studies, it's proven that children take into consideration of what they're being exposed to. So if adults were to enforce exposing the youth to more positive ways of using social media, there would be a more frequent positive attitude. Of course, the more you work with a child on their communication skills, the more developed they become. In conclusion, social media is very common, it's inevitably unavoidable, and what has been shown is that social media has a positive impact on our youth's lives by connecting them with the world, helping them with their communication skills, and teaching them to do different tasks. Now that we have a new perspective on how the youth can use social media, you may take into consideration the next time a child asks you to use a form of social media. Only you can decide what to do next with this info, but of course I urge you all to take into consideration the positive effects social media can have on our future. Children of yesterday and today can make a difference if we, the adults, are willing to see what it takes to help them get there.